Did you know that top local driver Jon Roberts recently achieved his 4,000th career win? His schedule right now finds him at both Harrington Raceway and Ocean Downs. And, well, it was the Maryland track that was the setting for this big milestone. Jon stays super busy during the year, traveling from track to track. But we were able to grab a few minutes of his time for a little Q&A session. How did you get into harness racing?
So I got into harness racing through my family. My dad is a second generation, maybe third generation horseman. His grandfather or his dad had horses, so I guess that makes me third generation. And I was in it pretty much my entire life. I went to the barn with my dad in the summers. I didn't have a whole lot of interest in it, in even the driving part of it, until I was probably in high school. And then I started warming horses up and training and stuff like that. And then I really got into the driving part. I knew what I was going to do.
What's something about yourself that people may not know?
I like to travel. So I like to visit the state parks and or national parks and whatnot. It's a real glimpse into what the country used to be before people got here, and it's really nice that we have that opportunity in this country.
Where's the most interesting or favorite place you've ever traveled?
The Grand Canyon. I love the Rocky Mountains. I love the West. The Grand Canyon is one of those things that you have to see to believe it. No picture does it justice. And even standing on the rim, it doesn't look real. It's just so vast and you really can't comprehend it.
What's your favorite holiday?
The 4th of July, I would have to say. I've always liked the 4th of July.
As a kid, I liked fireworks. I think that had a lot to do with it. But then as you get older, you realize the real meaning of the 4th of July. And it's what, our country was basically built on, freedom. And I really enjoy the 4th of July.
If you won an award for something other than driving or training, what would it be?
Oh my, I really don't even know. I wouldn't know how to answer that.
What's the smartest thing you've ever done in your life?
Well, I would have to say, I think getting into horse racing. I have enjoyed it. I've been in it for 20 years now, and it's been very good to me. I really wouldn't change it for anything.
What's your pet peeve?
One of my biggest pet peeves is putting empty things back in the refrigerator. It sounds a little bit quirky, but boy, does that bother me.
What one race would you love to relive all over again?
Oh my, it's probably not one of my favorite races, but you make mistakes in almost every race. You can pretty much come up with anybody in any race that's made some sort of mistake. So that happens on a nightly basis, and most of them are out of your control. One race that I wish I could go back and have over again would be the 2006-2007 Good Times, where I had the favorite in Canada there, and he made a break behind the gate. And I really wrung him out to catch the field and went to the bottom of the well, and I think it really cost me some races later in the year because I did that. It didn't get us any money, but I really wish I hadn't have done that. That was an immaturity thing, and I didn't know any better at that point. Nowadays, I wouldn't have done that. I really think he was never really the same for the rest of that year. Not to say he wasn't good at times, but he wasn't as good. And I think it cost me some races later in the year. I would really like to have that one back again.
If you're stranded on the side of the road at 3 a.m., who would you call, and would they come and get you?
Well, it would probably definitely be my best friend, Paul. And he would definitely come and get me. Pretty much anywhere I am, I know he would jump in his truck and head to come get me, just as I would do for him.
What's your best life advice?
I would say, within pertaining to racing, I would definitely say it would be the rail is the shortest way around there.
And that's a piece of advice that John Wagner gave to me when I first started racing, and it took a while to set in. And once I did figure that out, he's 100% correct. The rail is the shortest way around there. Outside of racing and within racing as well, is my advice would be to use common sense in everything you do. We're seriously lacking in a lot of that in this country nowadays, and I think if you just apply some common sense to whatever you're doing, you'll be successful.
Thanks again, Jon, for your time. What a great Q&A session. And of course, congratulations once more on that 4,000th career win milestone.